Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Tuesday with a Turtle. And I have a wonderful volunteer who stepped up to the plate, and she's going to tell us her story. She had lots of success doing her program. And then recently, she said the scale has ticked up a bit, and she's trying to figure out what it could be. And so we're all gonna join in on this. This is the way that I figure it is that the person will tell a little bit about their tale and their frustrations about it. And I think maybe in the comments below could be some great answers about how people got through the same sort of thing. So this is Melissa. Welcome, Melissa. Could you
Hey,
hear me, Melissa?
can you hear me?
I vaguely.
I'm breaking up. Get closer.
Yeah, I
How's that?
hear you, but there's some sort
Okay.
of delay,
Hmm.
and it's not
How
very
about now?
loud.
How about now?
It's a little bit better. That's good. Could you hear me with
Okay.
the lead in?
I hear you.
Okay. So anyway, um, so tell us a little bit about yourself and your success and now your frustration, and we'll just start from there.
Well, I began low carb, high fat, 2015. I lost over 50 pounds. It took me 10 months. This is, it's been going on 3 years now almost. This is the first time that I'm actually starting to gain. And I pretty much been on spot with my macros, um, watching my carbs. But I'm thinking that because menopause might be starting. I don't know. I'm not going to blame it on that because I've done so good with it so far that the 10 well, I have been walking more, but I haven't really been working out. And I do try to get into 2 days of working out because I'm 53 years old, and it takes me a little while to recover. So I wait till I'm fully recovered, and then I'll work out again. I just do dumbbells and everything. So I don't know if that's why I'm gaining. I have put on 10 pounds, and it is
Hmm.
not wanting the bud.
Melissa, what are your macros?
I do 20 carbs, at least 75 fat, and I try to hit my protein, which is according to the calculator with my height and me doing, a little bit of activity, which I don't put in activity when I do my calculator, I try to reach at least 80 protein. I try to. It's hard. My protein, I'll have a trouble reaching my protein. But
You have
anyway,
trouble with your protein?
yeah, I have trouble trying to hit that protein. I can hit that fat, no problem.
Now, when you say
But oh,
20 carbs, are they total or net?
I'm doing that.
You are doing that.
Yeah, I am doing
Ding, 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 ding.
that.
That could be it. I mean, of course I'm hoping other turtles that have gotten past their stall and their plateau tell us. But 20 net carbs at the age that you're at could be the place where it's a problem.
I'm thinking what I'm gonna start doing is doing the good vegetables with the butter or the oil, and just try that for a couple of weeks and see how that goes.
When you have your 20
Um,
carbs, what items are in that?
um, it's like broccoli, green beans, spinach. Um, mm, every now and then I'll do my little fat bombs, but not like I was doing. So, but anyway.
Could you be veg heavy too many veggies, do you think?
That might. So you think I need to do just meat with fat and just cut out the veggies, maybe?
Well, I don't think it's like all or none, but I definitely think if you're doing 20 net, if you if you just calculated 20 total, um, you might see that, oh, I'm having way too much broccoli or way too much, of a veg. I
Mm-hmm.
don't hear anything like shakes, or Quest bars or anything like that. I only heard you
No, no, I
the
don't do any of
veggies.
them. No, I
Okay.
do. Yeah, I don't do the Quest bars or no. Like I said, every now and then I'll make me a keto treat, but that's not all the time. Maybe once on the weekend.
Okay.
But
But when you have, how many meals a day do you have?
oh, I'm two. I have two. I don't eat until 12 usually, or I wait to see when I'm the hungriest, and I will eat my meal then. And then usually around 6:30, I'm on my second meal, and then I don't eat any more after 8 o'clock. So I'm doing 16/8 intermittent fasting.
That part's good. Now, what
Uh,
consists of each meal typically?
I'm trying to think. Oh, yesterday, let's see what I had. Oh, I bought me a can of mackerel, and I had mackerel with mayonnaise. It was pretty good. I had to add some apple cider vinegar to that to kind of tone it down a little bit. But I had that with some pork and the guacamole, 3 layer dip. I had that, and I only had 2 tablespoons. I didn't eat again until I got home, and I had a ribeye with a salad with apple cider vinegar and just a tiny bit of ranch. So,
What kind of lettuce do you have?
mm, well, I haven't eaten today yet. Now I'm good on the weekends. I can do my one meal a day on the weekends, but during the week I have a protein and a veg for lunch and dinner.
What was the mackerel in the can with?
Oh, it had brine in it, but I drained the brine and
Okay.
took the bones out. I had never eaten that before. So.
You're daring.
It was kind of strong, but it was different. I like to try different, varieties of things.
So I don't know what the viewers might suggest, but I guess my suggestion would be to see what 20 total carbs are with your veggies versus the net. And you might see a big difference in the portion size being cut down. I don't think that we can have all the veggies that we want. I think that for an older metabolism, I think that does make a difference. When I have mine, just for example, I try to keep my, I'll have 66 grams of the Olivia's baby butter lettuce, and that is 1.6 carbs. Um, and so I try to keep, um, I, I am counting my lemon juice now. So I have the juice of a lemon, and then I have the lettuces Monday through Friday, and then the keto pizza Saturday. And then on Sunday, when we do the cooking on the big green egg, I have a small portion of asparagus, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. And that's kind of it. And those carbs are about eight or nine. But oh, you got the train there again. Um, so yeah, I count the total. I don't I don't ever suggest net, but that's just me. But I think that could be your difference because you're doing intermittent fasting. You're only having 2 meals a day during the week. And on weekends, you say
During the week.
an OMAD
Mm-hmm.
works for you. Hi, honey. The only other
Well,
drastic thing that I see is if you went to OMAD Monday through Friday, but it sounds like you um with that.
well, I have tried that, and I really, I guess maybe the summer coming. I believe summer coming, I'm going to be able to get it on off. But when I don't eat them 2 meals, it's like when it's time for me to eat, I am starved, and I'm like, and I shouldn't be doing that, I know, but I will eat. I'm just like hungry, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the 2 meals a day, but I know I'm gonna eventually try to get to 1 meal a day. Maybe that'll
It
help me.
does make a nice difference. Now, did you say you have a veg with your first meal at noon?
Mhm.
Maybe
Maybe I need to cut
trying
back.
that. Maybe having no veggies for the first meal of the day.
I'll try that.
So you're going to end up a little bit more carnivish, and
Mhm.
definitely I would. My suggestion would be to go from 20 net carbs to 20 total carbs for week number one, and trying to adjust with that, because there's going to be an adjustment in size. What looked like a regular portion of broccoli might be halved because of the total.
Mm.
And I know I'd love to think the veggies are unlimited like they were with Weight Watchers, but they aren't. They aren't. How are you with artificial sweeteners or diet sodas?
Oh, now those are not. That's probably why I'm put on weight. But I don't. I've always done artificial sweetener and maybe one diet soda a day. But I do use artificial sweetener in my coffee,
Which one?
and I'll use um. I've been using sucralose.
I love how you look at me that way. Um, yeah, the those are culprits too, just culprits. And I know that if I had put on the 10 and somebody said you might want to look at your artificial sweeteners in your diet soda, I'd definitely reduce it and just give it a try.
Yeah, I had bought some new sweeteners, and it's not really a sweetener; it's a flavorer. It doesn't have any sweetener in it. I'm gonna try doing that and cutting back on my sucralose.
Yeah,
I just
I
I
hear
just
you.
leave the aftertaste.
Oh yeah, I know.
Uh,
Well, I don't want you to do too much too soon, so I would just get to the use the being used to adapted to 20 total carbs. I mean, if I was coaching you, I would say from 20 net to 20 total, and then definitely to like 15 or 10 total carbs. It makes but if you're not having a veg at your first meal, you'll be saving on that, right? If you're used to
I'll
having
try
a veg
that.
2 times a day,
Mhm.
I, it, it doesn't seem fair at all, does it? I mean, what's free and good for you all of a sudden is turning on you.
Well,
And so because you're being so conscientious about the choices that you're making, it's just I'm sorry to think that like veggies could be the culprit. I know they were for me. I was having 175 to 200 grams of lettuces
mm,
in my OMAD, and now I'm down to like 66. So I know that
mm,
the culprit for me. I'm older, but when it happens,
well, I'll be 54 in August. I lost. I started this and I turned 50. Lost 50 pounds when I turned 50. I was 213. I got down there. I did see 159 at one point,
yeah. Did
but anyway,
um when did the weight gain start?
uh, over these holidays. Mm.
Okay. Were there any goodies over the holiday?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
you
did
had
a
some
little
goodies.
bit.
Yeah. So sometimes that's your body's very cruel, and when you know,
Mhm.
you stop the goodies, but the weight loss kind of remains. So there might have to be a little sacrifice in the veggies with the net carbs and then maybe the sodas and the artificial sweeteners. They can only those things can be the culprit, right? You're having
Yeah.
veggies
I'll
with
start
butter.
drinking. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
Start drinking more
sounds
lemon
okay for
water.
you to try?
What is it now?
What sounds okay for you to try? You know,
I'm
in
gonna
like,
try the meat, the like for my first meal, just do a protein, and then like for dinner maybe. I'm thinking about too, like start maybe weighing, doing my portion sizes more maybe. I have a
okay.
food scale. Um,
I know that at about 4 months ago, I doubled my protein. And it ends up that I have like 80 grams of protein and 80 grams of fat. That's always a really good day with my carbs under five. And that makes for a good day.
mm-hmm.
I didn't gain from having more protein. And I think that more and more of our experts that talk about it, the engineers and the doctors, are saying that it's not the protein. And an older woman needs the protein. We need to keep our
Mm-hmm.
our bodies, with building blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because enough other stuff is mean to us. But yeah, so I'm there. When you have a like say a ribeye steak, how many ounces is that?
4 ounces.
Four?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're
I
not
have
getting
some
enough
last night.
protein.
Oh
You might not be
really?
getting enough protein. I'm sorry.
I don't. I
Talk,
might not be.
hmm?
I must not be then.
Could you try upping that a little bit, and
I
it'll
I
keep you
can.
fuller longer?
So how much? I wonder how much did I eat? A whole 8 ounce.
Well, when I have my OMAD,
Mm-hmm.
which is all I have, so I don't like switch up on weekends. But when I have my OMAD, I have between 8 and 10 ounces of beef, and then two of those jumbo Pete and Jerry eggs in my
Nice.
OMAD every
Wow.
day.
Okay. I
So
will up my protein.
yeah, and if you can weigh it, you might see a difference. I was only having 4 ounces of protein. You know,
Mm-hmm.
would cook a ribeye or two ribeyes, and I'd be cutting mine all up for my little 4 ounces, and it's like now I don't do that. So you just might feel a difference. You might not feel starving. I know that with my OMAD, I have it around 3 in the afternoon, and it does carry me. There's a little bit of an adapting, um, but maybe doing the daycare, you get hungry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not getting enough from the night before's amount of protein, your body's saying it's time to eat again. But if you were getting, double that, 4 ounces of steak with 8 ounces of steak, after a while, you might find it keeps you going longer. So when you get to noon, you're hungry, but you're appropriately hungry, not
Mm-hmm.
because your body ran out of food to utilize.
Okay.
Did this help at all doing this?
Yeah. It's kind of sort of already kind of knew in the back of my mind really what I need to do. But I've always watched your channel, and when you put out there to do an interview, I said, well, let me contact her because I just love your channel. So, but anyway,
Thank you. Well,
I'm not as good as tracking like you are. You're pretty. You're good at that.
it just takes a few seconds out of my life, and it just keeps me sane. I know that the day that we have the steak on the big green egg, I probably have more ounces than I put in. I do put in 10 or 12 sometimes. But,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fearing the beef and the amount of
Mm-hmm.
I'm having like I used to. It'd be like horrors because everybody always said if you have too much protein, it's going to turn to fat and sugar and all that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. And I don't believe that anymore. It took me a while, but it took me now when I weigh myself, I see that like it's not making a difference in my weight, which is important. But it's also not it's making a huge difference in my satiety. And
Mhm.
satiety is important to me too. So
Well, I know my first keto Thanksgiving, I did really good, and I ate all the keto. I upped my calories and I lost weight, and I was like, So I went back to basics this time, but it's been a month now. It's not wanting to budge, so I don't let myself like I really don't. I try not to count the calories. I just eat till I'm satisfied, and I noticed that you know when you do that, your body will go some. But I'm just gonna keep going because I'm not
yeah,
going back to eating the way I used to. So I know if I go back to that, it'll be gone. And I'm getting older. I want to be able to work and do the things that I need to do to to live the rest of my life healthy. I don't want to not be able to walk and worry about diabetes and I just want to
plus you
look
want to
as
get back
good.
to that nice weight that you had before.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, there's some few things that like I threw out, and then all the commenters will have other things that got them off of their stall or their gain or their plateau.
Mm-hmm.
And this is airing on Tuesday because you're the first one, so it's going to be airing on the 12th. And so that's kind
All right.
of in a couple of days, you'll have people telling you what worked for them. So I think that's kind of cool.
Awesome.
And we care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see anybody um, not have a couple of ideas about how to maybe pull it back. And it might go slow, but I know that I,
I am used to slow. I am a turtle. Like I
you are a
said,
turtle,
it took me 10 months to lose 50 pounds. So yeah.
but you did it. And
Yep.
so you got a couple of new ideas. And I say up the protein. Um, and maybe tracking. You don't have to, but it gives you an idea of what you're having. But it sounds like you're doing everything, you know, successfully that worked up until now. So maybe it's the artificial sweeteners, the diet soda, and the too many veggies, which
Mm-hmm.
before might not have mattered, but suddenly things can matter, and that's the turtle part.
Mm-hmm.
That this is unfair.
Yeah. Especially
Keep us posted.
hitting menopause.
Time you get to Tuesday, you'll be able to answer all the comments and see all the comments, and their suggestions could help you too. And that's what matters, right?
Oh yeah.
And I thank you for being the first victim because it took a lot, and so I'm really glad that you said, "Yeah, I'll do it." And we got through the technical difficulties for sure. And so I really, really appreciate you, Melissa. And I'm going to
I
say goodbye to
appreciate
our
you.
viewers.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so I'm going to say goodbye to our viewers, and then we'll close it out on the other side. So thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.